So today we'll be talking about, suicide stories. A lot of stories have been coming up.
Yeah.
A lot of students have been
Yeah.
taking their life as regard the fact that they are, academically challenged, should I say so.
Okay.
And so, there's this story about a guy. He was in 300 level. He had three outstanding courses, or let me say carryover per se, and he took his life as a result of the fact that the father was, telling him that he wasn't good enough and that he's good for nothing, those kind of discouraging stuff. So, Mr. Gilbert, what do you see? What do you say about stuff like this?
It's quite pathetic. It's quite pathetic that any parents want to do that.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to, you have to also look, why did the father make such a statement?
Okay.
Sometimes you look at these parents, they work their ass off
Yeah.
in order to
Obviously.
pay the bills and
Yeah.
this thing. Perhaps this guy is maybe somebody who is always asking for money and this. So imagine say I'm a father
Yeah.
and I earn 50,000 naira monthly.
Yeah.
I know definitely a part of that money will be going into foodstuffs, a part will be going into upkeep.
Yeah.
Then my child calls and say, Daddy, we want to get this textbook, that textbook, that textbook. And I know I still have to pay school fees.
Okay.
Then I have to send money for upkeep
Yeah.
and
So
all
you're
that.
like saying that the parents said those things out of frustration.
Perhaps the father, perhaps the father is angry. Like, why would I send you textbook money? Why would I send you all these things and still you get carryover in these courses?
But one question I would love to ask, and I would love to want to find out is, okay, are you saying that these parents, they never failed once in their lifetime when they went to school?
Yeah.
So you're saying they were amiable scholars, and if per se they were scholars, I mean, we're talking about psychological effect. I mean, telling those things to your own child, you make that child feel like, okay, he or she isn't good enough. And so, different negative thoughts start tripping in. You don't expect such a person to even do well in the first place, because they are scared, like, oh, if I don't do well, I mean, my dad is going to come up with this old negative comments and all that. So, and even fear too can also lead to failure.
Okay, but
So-
see, I'm sorry to cut you short.
Okay.
I'm sorry to cut you short. If you take a look at so many people who turned out just fine,
Yeah.
there were people who took like negative comments and turned it to something good.
Yeah, but telling your own child that you are good for nothing, I mean, you are good for nothing.
See,
I mean, instead, you should
see.
advise that child, okay, oh, you came out with three carryovers. Oh, I'm sorry, it has to be like this. Okay, what do we do? Try and make sure you put more effort into it next time. Not telling the child that you're not good enough. I mean, what do you expect the child to do?
I'm sorry. They
Okay.
say an apple does not fall far from the tree.
Okay.
If how would I put it? Sorry, let me dive into the Bible.
Okay.
There was a part where they said the master was going out,
Yeah.
and to three of his servants he gave 5 talents to one, he gave 2 to another, and he gave
Okay.
1 to another. There was one very outstanding word the Bible recorded there. He said, according to their capability.
Okay.
So every father knows the capability of his or her child.
Okay.
So if the father knows you cannot do better, like if I know you can do better than this, and you are bringing this to the table, then definitely there must be lapses somewhere. Where is your problem coming from? And this child is in the 21st century.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
You are in the 21st century. You know the effect of suicide. You know suicide is a very selfish thing to do, because it doesn't just tell on you.
Okay.
Killing yourself. It also tells on the people around you. What about those people who have tied their happiness to you? What are you doing to them?
But it doesn't look like the father tied his own happiness to the child's problem, because from the whole comment, it means you're telling the child that you are nothing. There's nothing you can do that can achieve success, and so you don't expect the child to go bubbling about. I mean, the person will be depressed. You understand, knowing that they can't really, make their own parents happy, so they'll be depressed. And you know what depression does to
I know. Yeah,
so because
depression.
you feel like there is no other thing you can do at that particular time. Okay, since in saying I'm good for nothing. Let me just kill myself. At least maybe that will make him happy, since he's feeling like the whole expenses is too
okay,
much.
I'm not
He's
saying,
not
I'm
the
not
only
really,
father
I'm not really
in the
taking,
world.
I'm not really
Okay,
taking
there are a lot
anybody's
of
side.
there are a lot of parents who have problematic children, like children who can't really do anything. They can't even write jam and pass, normal. So you can't see them, telling the child that you are good for nothing. How did you even come yourself? All those kind of frustrating.
Yeah, I know.
You
It can be very frustrating, and I'm not like completely signing
But
the
you
fact
are
that
saying
parents
that
should.
you are saying that the child made a selfish decision. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
his own
See,
life.
I'm not saying what the father did
Okay,
is totally right.
But there was no motivation coming in, especially from his own parents. Okay, these are the people that are supposed to, pat his back, because I know definitely they made a lot of expenses concerning the whole field and everything. Normal, you're the parents. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make sacrifices for your son.
Yeah, you are supposed to make sacrifices
If
for
that
your son.
father was actually, good enough or better off than the son when he was in school, I'm sure he wouldn't take those things serious. So I guess he didn't do so well, and he was maybe putting more pressure on the son.
No,
to
you
do
don't get
better
to say that.
So he's pouring out his own frustration on the boy too.
No, see, you don't have to say that. Why not view it from like the payment aspect?
Okay.
See, work and school, there are two will I say two institutions that can break any man. Where you work, perhaps this man. Okay, now imagine a man who goes to work in the morning.
But if he was actually
that's what I'm saying.
Living well.
That's the thing. If he was,
he didn't do well in life too. So that is why he's pouring.
There are some people. There are some people No, these days you have to understand that. How would I put it? Your income is not determined by your hard work. That was back in the day where it used to happen. Where this thing. Okay, sorry. We'll take a commercial break, but please drop your comments in the comment section below. Do you think the father did the right thing by pouring out these words on his son? And do you think the son did the right thing by committing suicide? We'll come back after the commercial break to continue the talk.
Yeah.
Don't forget, House of Boro TV covers events like naming ceremony, birthday parties, burial ceremony, wedding ceremonies, and every other ceremony you can think about. So you know about it now. Don't be stingy. Tell a friend to keep telling friends until they book us. You can also book us as a gift to someone, because we have quality cameras and professional handlers to give you that spark in your event. Call us today with the numbers displaying on your screen, if not for anything, because of my fine face. Welcome back. Such an interesting topic. Jane, please continue where you stopped.
So we are still talking about a 300 level student who committed suicide as regard the fact that he had 3 carryovers. And so Gilbert, you were saying something?
Sorry. See, we want to take the scenario of somebody who wants the child to do well.
Yeah.
If your father wants you to do well, he doesn't pat you in the back when you fail.
Yeah.
Because even in the Bible, I will go back to this particular part where the Bible made mention of giving talents to 3 people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
I like to be biblical. So the 5 who got extra 5.
Yeah.
He patted in the back and was like, you did well.
Yes.
So the one who got extra 2, you did well. But the one who chose not to do anything with that, he can also be regarded as a failure.
Okay.
What did the Bible record that the master did to that servant?
Okay.
He sent him out.
Oh, sorry,
because
but we are not talking about servant and master here.
Yeah.
So definitely he's going to send him out. But we are talking about your own child. And we are talking about psychological effect here. What you say, because they said out of the abundance of the act, the mouth speaketh. So from that means you're saying things that what you've been keeping inside your heart concerning that child. Maybe you're having regrets so far about why did I even bring this child into this world? Why did I even have this child? Stuff like that. And so the child does not even have any good memories of you telling him or her that, okay, you are good enough, stuff like that. I mean, if such situation should even come up, the first thing you do is, oh, I'm not happy with the fact that you have 3 carryovers. It's not cool. Okay, this is what you have to do. You have to be serious. You have to zip up. You have to put in more effort so that you can pass for next semester. Not telling the child that you are not good enough. Nothing you do comes out good. Stuff like that. Those things, they have effect upstairs. Okay?
Yeah, definitely.
And
they have
emotionally
effects.
too, and they can also affect your, confidence level. It makes the child feels inferior amongst their peers. Okay, they'll be like, okay, I can't do it, so what's the point? They don't want to socialize. They don't want to interact with their other peers because they feel like they are not good enough, because that is exactly what they've been told from their childhood. Because you can't tell me that the father hasn't been telling him stuff like that. I know of a lot of fathers who take this strictness of a teen to too much. They take it too seriously, because I know definitely we all want to train our child to be better, but there are other good ways to do it. Let me take it from the Western world. You see why they have so many better persons there, so many good scientists, so many doctors. You can't tell me that those people didn't fail from one point to another in their life. I mean, take Mark Zuckerberg for instance. He failed in university. He didn't do so well, but he still made Facebook one of the famous social app that is fetching so much for him. So you can actually ask the child, what is it you're good at?
Now thank God you
what
made,
is it you are good at? You try and
thank God you made mention of this person.
Discover
now
what the child is good at, what makes him happy. Maybe the child isn't even happy with what he's studying in the first place. Maybe the father forced him to even go to university in the first place, because there are some people, their mind isn't there. They don't want to go to university. They just want to focus on a particular skill. I know people that are good at drawing. I know people that are good with sewing, fashion design stuff and all that. They are so talented, but they just feel like school is just too much.
If you voice out, I don't think there is somebody who wouldn't give you.
But how will the child voice out when you're always telling the child that they are not good enough? They will not want to bring their concept, because you have shut that child down.
That is why we have social workers. That is why we have
made the child know that, okay, I am not good enough. Because definitely all child want, the best thing that can happen to any child is to see their parents being proud of what they do.
Yeah.
And so maybe the child just wants to impress the dad, just wants to tell the dad that, okay, dad, I can do this thing. Then somewhere along the line, he starts slacking because he couldn't meet up with the standards, the curriculums and stuff like that. So maybe that was why he started flipping. Maybe that was why he started having those flaws. So I don't know.
Now, okay, talking about the fact that he was having flaws.
Okay.
You made mention of the father. Perhaps you said from the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks.
Yes.
So you made mention of the father maybe having regrets or doubts about why he gave birth to the child in the first place.
Yes.
Now this child must have sent a negative notion in the first place, because no child who has been making the father proud would the father not be. See, there is this thing with my dad. My dad is not really educated.
Okay.
But there is this thing with my dad. If you show him that you can be impressive, no matter how not perfect it is, he would appreciate it.
Okay.
So perhaps this child has not even given the father any reason why they should even believe in him. That is what I want to bring out. Because if you are giving me reasons to believe in what you are doing, results will definitely tell for you. Let's say, okay, you have been doing well. Imagine a child who from 100 level is in first class.
Okay.
Second 200 level, the child is still in first class. In his 300 level, if he drops to like second class because of those 3 carryovers, believe me, the father would not use such words on the child. Perhaps that child from 100 level was in maybe second class, maybe 200 level, he now dropped to third class. Now in 300 level, you now still got 3 carryovers that may make you
is why
spill.
you have to call the child, sit the child one-on-one, and then you ask, what is the problem? Is this course for you or not?
That is the thing.
Do you find interest in this course?
The fact that the father had to use those words. No, the fact that the father had to use those words.
No matter how frustrated you are.
I get. The words.
Because there are things you can't take back, and it's called words. You say something, you can't take it back because the other person has already buried that stuff in their mind, and so they'll be dwelling on it. Even if you tell the person sorry, definitely.
Yeah, I get words. Yeah, words. Words go a long way to hurt people.
Yes.
But see, the father, this scenario now, the father didn't use these words
Okay.
in the 100 level, in the 200 level. He used it in 300 level. Perhaps this child has not been doing well right from time, and perhaps this man has been complaining, like, sit up, or maybe this child now has been, how would I put it, maybe the child decided to leave school and be doing other things, or he's not really paying attention to his book, and the father has been talking from 100 level, do well, oh, 200 level, do well, oh. Then this 300 level, the child is still doing the same thing that the father has been complaining about.
Saying that, okay, the father should be more. I know definitely education is good.
Yeah.
I mean, so you are saying that the father should be more concerned about the fact that he's not excelling well in the educational, part. So are you saying that that's all he has to just talk about?
No, see, that's
You
not
see
all,
your
but
child,
there are
your
two sides.
child is struggling. Your child is struggling to get past the university phase. Okay, and he's having issues, carryover upon carryover. You call the child, do you like this course? Okay, if you don't like this course, are you going to take another course, or you're going to change the course you are doing? Okay, if not, do you want to continue with your education at all? Definitely, a university
See,
stage,
that's
I
the
believe
thing.
the
That
child
is
should
that
be
is
more
the thing.
matured
That is the
enough
thing
to be
about
able to decide
university.
for themselves.
That is the thing
But
about
when you
university.
start-
See,
sorry.
failure starts from when you take decisions, like when you go along with things you are not okay with. If the child wants to voice out, maybe the child is not okay with the course, he should have done that before accepting
But what
admission
if the
in
father
the first
didn't
place.
give him room to? Okay, I know some parents that are
That is the thing. See, the father will not have any. The father will
Especially
not have
fathers,
any right to.
they
See, the
don't-
father will not have any right to say these things to the boy. If the boy made a complaint like, "Dad, oh, this course, I don't like it, or I
You are
cannot do
definitely
it."
haven't seen fathers forcing their child to read medicine instead of the child studying law. Maybe the child just have passion for law, and they're like, you must study this course, medicine. I want a doctor in this family. Haven't you seen cases like that?
Yeah, I've
I'm
heard
sure
of
you are
cases
thinking,
like
what
that.
if the child was forced to even proceed with this university?
No, but we
stuff?
can't really say.
We
There are
can't
two
really
sides
say,
to every
because
story.
yeah, so you can't just justify and just conclude that okay, the father did all his best, the father was advising him to pass and all that, and so
Okay, this has been a very wonderful topic. It is, I would confess, the topic is very, very hot. Please drop your comments below. Who do you think is right? What do you think should be done in situations like this? Should harsh words be used on children, or should it not be? I remain your favorite all presenter, Gilbert, and with me on set I have
Jane.
So, see you, same time, same channel, next week.
Bye.
Don't touch that.